Hello, friends. I welcome you to another podcast series. In this today's episode, I would like to share with you a technique that I had already shared in my previous podcast series, which I've titled it as letter therapy. But this time, the difference is it is a part of letter therapy, but here you are going to write a letter to your own self. So, friends, before we understand the technique, I also would like to share with you that there are scenarios and context in our life which we need to understand, and when so that while you understand the context, it becomes easier for you to know when exactly can you use this particular given technique. So, writing a letter to yourself, usually you can use this when, at times, if there has been a negative experience in your life, and on account of that, you found yourself a bit inadequate, incapable, running low on self esteem, and maybe you miss a goal, or it could be a recency effect, or it could be something going on for a while. Whatever the case may be, uh, the underlying theme here is sometimes we do get stuck with certain issues and emotions, and we constantly look for ways to come out of it. This technique can really help you come out of that. So, what you really need to do is grab a pen and a paper. I keep suggesting using a pen and a paper instead of computer app or a laptop, because there's a science when we hold the pen, the way it connects our brain to the muscles and the veins of our hand. And there's a deep connect, friends, and it is really therapeutic. So, in all likelihood, I would suggest that I prefer and also suggest that you use a pen and a paper. So, grab one, and before you begin writing this letter, you have to imagine that you are here playing a role of a compassionate friend, somebody who loves you unconditionally, is very supportive of you, understands you really well. And also imagine a scenario where you may have had gone to this friend and had vented out all that has happened in the recent past, which has created this negativity in your mind. And now, as a compassionate friend, you are going to address your own self. So you're going to play dual roles here. And the idea is that we may not want our inner critique to dominate, which usually does when we encounter negative experiences. We become very, very critical of our own self, where we blame things, and we feel very unworthy and inadequate. So, to silence the critique, here you are trying to play a role of a compassionate friend. And as a compassionate, supportive friend, you write a letter to yourself, the same you who just shared with his friend what all has happened. In your letter, you could explain your friend, be very supportive, very encouraging of what he or she did, and also mention that as human beings, we are all weak, and what we do is to the best of our capacity, and certain things are beyond our control. This way, you not only encourage your friend, but also help your friend find a little light of positivity in his negative spiral that currently he's running in. Be very compassionate and write as much as you can to let your friend know that it's okay, and be very, very self accepting. Once you finish writing the letter, keep the letter aside. You can come back to it after a few hours or maybe the next day, and then read out the letter, thinking that it has come from your compassionate friend to you. And every positive word that your friend has written for you, the encouragement, the self acceptance, let it sink in. And friends, you will find this technique sometimes even might even throw up new ideas through which you may even find a solution to a problem that you're stuck in. Because when we are running very high on stress and anxiety and lot of negative mindset and thoughts, we seldom have time to think in a rational way. And mostly our mind tries to escape such things. And so, writing a letter to your own self with a very compassionate mindset, where you are imagining yourself as a friend, and when you reread it, you might even sometimes come across certain ideas which didn't hit you when you were in your stressful mindset. So try this out. It's a very effective technique. And to be honest, I would tell you that I have done this several times. So, and I found it really effective. It has helped me a lot. And I'm sure it will help you as well, the way it has helped me. So when you find yourself stuck, trapped, running high on negativity, become your own compassionate, positive friend and pen down everything that you would have said if you had vented out before a friend. So, what all advice you could get, and then reread it. And you will find not just peace and be more self accepting, but as I mentioned earlier, even solutions to issues that you never know, we've been looking for a while now. So that's all for today, friends. I hope you find this technique effective and useful. Try it out. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being my audience, and I'll talk to you soon.